For years, that warm bowl of oatmeal has been a trusted friend for your heart health. But for men in their 50s, 60s, and beyond, there is a silent change happening where that same breakfast is leaving you vulnerable. I'm talking about your prostate health. That simple morning ritual can either protect you or it can do nothing to stop the slow creep of urinary problems, those frequent trips to the bathroom at night, and that general feeling of discomfort. Plain oatmeal is a good start, but it simply does not have the specific, targeted nutrients to combat the swelling and inflammation that cause prostate enlargement. The good news is that a single addition can change everything. In this video, you'll discover 5 powerful ingredients to mix into your oatmeal. These are simple, natural foods proven to reduce prostate swelling, improve urinary flow, and restore your comfort and vitality. And you'll want to watch until the very end, because number 1 ingredient is the most surprising. It is the one that can deliver a noticeable difference in how you feel in a matter of days. I'm Dr. Katherine. For over 20 years, I've dedicated my practice to men's wellness, and I've seen a pattern. The men who feel their best are the ones who take simple, proactive steps with their diet. Today, I'll show you exactly which ingredients to use, how much you need, and why your morning oatmeal is the perfect platform for powerful prostate relief. Before we go on, tell me in the comments how old you are, where you're watching from, and how your prostate or urinary health has been recently. Sharing your experience helps other men realize they're not alone in this journey. Now, let's talk about our first powerful ingredient, turmeric. You might know it as the bright yellow spice in curry, but for your prostate, it's a gentle and powerful regulator. It addresses a hidden cause of swelling that often goes unnoticed, the impact of blood sugar spikes on your prostate tissue. Every time you eat, especially breakfast, your blood sugar rises. When you were younger, your body handled those rises more easily. After decades of sweetened cereals, white bread, and sugary drinks, those spikes start to leave a mark. Extra sugar sticks to proteins in your tissues, including your prostate. Think of it as sugar residue that makes tissues stiff and irritated. That stiffness and irritation play a big role in prostate swelling, slow stream, and that feeling that you never quite finish at the toilet. The active component in turmeric called curcumin steps in to help. Curcumin acts like a gentle traffic officer for your blood sugar. It helps your body process carbohydrates from your oatmeal in a calmer way, so your glucose doesn't shoot up and crash down all day. With a steadier blood sugar, your whole internal environment feels less stress. Your prostate doesn't sit in the middle of a constant chemical storm and settles in a more relaxed state. Clinical studies show that curcumin lowers high blood sugar, improve how well insulin works, and reduce high blood fats like triglycerides. When those numbers move in the right direction, inflammation often drops at the same time. For your prostate, that means the tissue stays more flexible, less swollen, and less likely to press hard on your urinary tube. But the benefits don't stop there. Curcumin is also one of the most powerful natural anti-inflammatory compounds we know of. In simple terms, it helps calm down overactive signals in the cells that keep telling your prostate to swell and get irritated. At the same time, it helps protect the gland from tiny daily hits of damage caused by unstable molecules called free radicals. Over years, that protection matters. It supports a prostate that feels softer, calmer, and more cooperative when you try to pass urine. Many of my patients who use turmeric in their oatmeal often tell me about changes they notice over time. Energy feels more steady through the morning instead of crashing at 10 or 11. Thinking feels clearer. That dull, dragging heaviness in the pelvic area often fades. These are quiet signs that load on your body is lighter. Blood sugar swings settle. Inflammation in the background cools down. Your prostate feels that change. To get these benefits, always choose a turmeric powder that includes black pepper extract or add a small pinch of black pepper yourself. black pepper contains piperine, which helps your gut take in more curcumin. Curcumin also likes healthy fat. Consuming it with foods like pumpkin seeds or a little extra virgin oil in your oatmeal helps your body use it better. A good starting amount is about a quarter teaspoon of turmeric powder stirred into your warm oatmeal. Add it after you finish cooking to protect its powerful compounds from being damaged by high heat. The gentle, earthy taste works well with cinnamon, berries, and seeds. Over weeks and months, that small golden swirl becomes one of the most reliable supports you give your prostate. You're not only making your oatmeal look richer in color, you're helping your prostate stay flexible, resilient, and young in how it behaves. Now, let's bring in the next ingredient. And this one often takes men by surprise. A small scoop of pomegranate powder does not look like much, yet it carries real strength for prostate resilience. Most only know pomegranate as a bottled juice, but when used in a concentrated powder form, it becomes a simple tool that supports vitality and steadier urinary function. Pomegranate is packed with powerful plant nutrients called polyphenol. These substances help cool down the chronic irritation that slowly stiffen the prostate. At the same time, they help relax the smooth muscles around the prostate and the opening of the bladder. This is what allows for a smoother, easier, and more complete urinary flow, which so many men tell me is their primary concern. After 40, oxidative stress slowly builds up inside the prostate. Think of it as a slow hardening that makes the gland less flexible. Pomegranate helps counter that process. It supports a prostate that feels firm in a healthy way, smooth instead of knotty, and gently elastic instead of rigid. That means less pressure on your urinary passage. The research behind this is impressive. In men who had been treated for prostate cancer, pomegranate significantly helped stabilize their PSA levels. PSA is a protein doctors track to monitor prostate cell behavior. Their PSA doubling time stretched from a little over 1 year to more than 4 years. That kind of slowdown tells us the tissue is behaving more calmly. Pomegranate also dramatically increases nitric oxide, which helps small blood vessels open more fully, improving the flow of oxygen and nutrients into your prostate. For you, it means better control over urgency, fewer trips to the bathroom during the night, and a noticeable reduction in that feeling of heaviness, inflamed sensation in the pelvis. Here's a secret to make it work even better. The benefits of pomegranate are amplified when you pair it with healthy fats. Seeds, nuts, or a little oil in your oatmeal help your body use these polyphenol more effectively. When these ingredients work together, the support becomes stronger. When you choose pomegranate powder, always look for a pure, free-dried product or a standardized extract without sugar or fillers. Do not cook it. Heat weakens the compounds you need. Simply sprinkle about 1 teaspoon over your cooked oatmeal or stir it into the liquid before it touches the heat. You'll notice a gentle tartness that reminds you this is doing something good for your prostate. That soft red blush on your oatmeal becomes more than a finishing touch. It serves as a small daily act of protection. Each morning you add it, you help your hormones stay steadier, your tissues stay calmer, and your urinary flow feels smoother. It is one of the easiest habits a man can adopt to keep his prostate resilient. Now, we have covered some truly powerful ingredients, but the most surprising one is still ahead. If this information is helping you, please take a second to support our channel. Giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing helps us reach more men who can benefit from this knowledge. Now, let us continue to our next ingredient, the one that often delivers the most noticeable difference in how men feel. We turn to lycopene. You'll find this powerful nutrient in tomatoes that have been cooked down into a rich paste or turned into a fine powder. This specific compound acts as a targeted bodyguard for your prostate, seeking out the gland to offer its support. Your prostate faces constant pressure from unstable particles called free radicals. These particles irritate the gland, make the tissue feel stiff, and push cells to divide faster than they should. This slow buildup contributes to swelling and that nagging discomfort many men describe. Lycopene steps into that environment with real purpose. It works like a dedicated cleanup crew inside the gland. It travels directly to the prostate and neutralizes these harmful molecules before they can cause significant cellular damage. Think of it as essential daily maintenance to keep your gland healthy. Research on lycopene gives us a clear picture of how strong it is. In one study that followed men with swollen prostates for 6 months, the group using lycopene showed no further growth when checked on ultrasound. The group without lycopene continued to swell. The men who used lycopene also reported better symptom scores. They had less urgency, fewer night trips, and a stronger stream. For you, this means fewer bathroom visits during the day or find that your sleep is interrupted less often. These changes tell us the gland is staying more stable and receiving better circulation, which improves the way oxygen and nutrients reach the tissue. The flow may feel steadier and more confident. These shifts usually build slowly, but they build in the right direction. Now, using lycopene correctly is absolutely essential for it to work. This nutrient is fat-soluble, which means your body cannot absorb it without dietary fat. You must combine 1 to 2 tablespoons of tomato paste with healthy fats already in your oatmeal, such as pumpkin seeds, or a drizzle of olive oil. This step is not a suggestion. It is the fundamental key that unlocks the nutrient's protective power. If tomato flavor doesn't appeal to you, rotate. Some men enjoy a savory oat bowl on certain mornings. Others use a neutral-tasting lycopene powder that blends easily. The key is to use a form you can stay consistent with so the pigment has time to build up in your prostate cells. Each time you add lycopene to your breakfast, you strengthen the quiet shield around your prostate. It supports healthy cell behavior and steadier tissue structure, which helps your gland act more youthfully. Our next ingredient is one that sits quietly in your kitchen, yet they carry a strength most men never fully appreciate. I'm talking about pumpkin seeds. I see it every week. A patient tells me he's tired of the weak stream, the stop and start, the feeling that something inside is slowing him down. When I go through his daily routine, I often find he's ignoring one of the simplest prostate boosters available to him. These small green seeds hold a blend of nutrients that target the exact areas that cause swelling and sluggish flow, and they do it in a way your body understands naturally. Your prostate leans heavily on zinc. It stores zinc to help keep its shape, its tone, and its hormone signals steady. Pumpkin seeds give you that zinc in a form your body pulls in easily. Right beside it is a plant compound called beta-sitosterol, which helps settle irritation inside the gland and calms the pathways that push it to swell. When both nutrients work together, your prostate becomes more flexible and less irritated, and your urinary flow moves with less resistance. Men tell me they feel blocked and heavy. A lot of that comes from the waste and pressure building up inside the system. The seeds help clear that out. The fiber acts like a gentle sweep that moves unwanted cholesterol and debris along, while the plant compounds begin nudging the prostate toward a calmer state. When researchers tested pumpkin seed extracts, men started noticing real changes within a few weeks. Their flow improved. Their trips to the bathroom felt less urgent. Their bodies finally had some breathing room. I often look at ultrasound results with my older patients, and the numbers tell a clear story. Men taking pumpkin seed extract, leave less urine trapped in the bladder after they go. In another study, that leftover amount dropped by nearly a third in 12 weeks. When the bladder empties better, you feel fewer urges, you stop making repeat trips, and your nights become much quieter. To get all of these benefits, always choose raw, unsalted pumpkin seeds. This keeps their oils intact and ready for your body. This next point is vital. You must chew them very thoroughly, or even better, use them in a freshly ground form. Breaking the seed hull is necessary to release the beneficial oils and zinc inside. Simply stir 1 to 2 tablespoons into your oatmeal. Remember to store your seeds in the refrigerator to protect their fragile oils from going rancid. Before we move into our final ingredient, I want to take a moment and acknowledge the effort you are putting into your health. A small action like a like or a subscribe helps this channel reach men who are quietly struggling and need this information. Many men tell me they wish someone had guided them earlier, and your support helps make that possible for someone else. I always enjoy hearing from men who try these ingredients and share their stories. When you talk about what you have used or what you want to try next, you give another man the confidence to take his first step. Your voice might be the reason someone finally feels hopeful again. The last ingredient is the most powerful, the one I mentioned at the start. It tends to surprise my patients because they think of it as a trendy drink, not a prostate helper. Matcha, the finely powdered form of green tea, carries a compound called EGCG. This compound helps the tiny blood vessels around your prostate feel open and supported again, almost like your tissues can finally take a long breath of fresh air. EGCG sits at the center of Matcha's strength. This substance does 2 important things. It directly calms irritated tissues and guides stress cells back into a steadier rhythm. It also significantly boosts your body's production of nitric oxide. When nitric oxide levels are low, I often hear men describe cold hands, slow healing, and tissues that feel heavy and tight. The prostate feels that too. The EGCG in Match helps reverse this decline. Specifically, blood flow improves, swelling calms down, and your tissues repair themselves in a more natural way. I often share research results with my patients because the numbers help things feel real. In studies using green tea extracts, men with prostate swelling saw noticeable improvements in about 3 weeks. Inflammation markers dropped. Abnormal cell activity settled down. Urine flow felt easier. Many men said it felt like their prostate was acting younger and more responsive again. Matcha brings more than just EGCG. There's a small amount of gentle caffeine in it that lifts your energy without jittery spikes. There's L-theanine, a compound that brings a calm, focused feeling many men appreciate. Putting these together creates a blend that supports your cells, strengthens your blood flow, and calms the constant irritation inside your prostate. Quality matters with Matcha. 1/2 to 1 teaspoon of pure, ceremonial-grade matcha stirred into your oatmeal works well. Add it after you cook the oatmeal, so the heat doesn't break down the delicate compounds. If you're sensitive to caffeine, simply start with a smaller amount to see how you feel. Stay away from sweetened mixes or latte powders because they cancel out the benefits your prostate needs. Every time you swirl that soft green powder into your breakfast, you support your energy, your circulation, and your comfort in one simple step. This small daily ritual sends a message to your body that you are investing in strength, flow, and relief one morning at a time. Now, you might be thinking this all sounds great, but for this to work, how often should you eat it? Whether you need every ingredient each day, and what to do on mornings when oatmeal just doesn't sound appealing. I usually tell my patients that most days of the week is a great target. Daily is even better. These are all gentle, natural foods that are safe for everyday use. Their effects build up over time, and consistency is what truly unlocks the benefits. And yes, you can absolutely combine all 5 ingredients in one bowl. In fact, that is the best approach. This is where something wonderful called nutrient synergy happens. The healthy fats from the pumpkin seeds, for example, actually help your body absorb the lycopene from the tomato paste and the curcumin from the turmeric. This means your customized breakfast becomes far more powerful than each ingredient would be on its own. If all this feels like a lot in the beginning, start gently. If all of this feels like a lot in the beginning, start gently. I often see men begin with just one addition for a week or two. Once that feels easy, they add the next one. This slow, steady build makes the habit feel natural instead of overwhelming. Your body responds well to small steps in the right direction. You might add pumpkin seeds for 1 week, then stir in turmeric the next week. The most important goal is consistency, not doing everything perfectly from day one. Some men tell me they forget during busy weeks, so I show them a simple trick. Prepare small jars with your dry mix ahead of time. Mix your oats with the turmeric, matcha, and pomegranate powder. Then in the morning, you just add your hot water or milk, toss in your seeds, and add your tomato paste, and your supportive breakfast is ready in minutes. You do not have to be perfect with this. Even a few times a week makes a meaningful difference. Be patient with yourself. Every bowl gives your body a little more support, a little more ease, and a little more control over something that has been stealing your comfort for too long. Let's take a moment to bring this all together. By stirring these 5 simple ingredients into your oatmeal, you transform a basic breakfast into a daily source of prostate resilience. Turmeric works to calm inflammation at its root. Pomegranate powder relaxes your tissues and fights oxidative stress. Lycopene from tomato paste offers dedicated cellular protection. Pumpkin seeds provide the zinc and plant compounds that directly support urinary flow. And our number 1, Matcha, enhances your circulation to deliver rapid, functional relief. When you combine them, this mixture becomes much more than a meal. It evolves into a proactive daily ritual. This practice actively works to reduce inflammation, promote smoother urinary function, and improve your overall circulatory health. The most empowering part is that you do not need expensive supplements or complicated routines. You have everything you need with real food, a little consistency, and a small act of self-care each morning. If this path to taking charge of your well-being resonates with you, I warmly ask for your support. Please give this video a like, share it with a friend or family member who could benefit, and subscribe. We are here to provide more science-backed guidance to help you live a stronger, longer, and healthier life. Never underestimate the power of a small habit practiced consistently. The next time you prepare your oatmeal, remember you are doing more than making breakfast. You are stirring a future where your prostate causes fewer interruptions and more freedom. One bowl at a time, you choose a quieter, easier, more confident way to live.